Descend and maintain 2074.
Who am I?
Comet 504, descend and maintain 3000. 3000, Comet 504.
Answer Captain 724 is our traffic about our...
In my 20s, I dream of flying a plane. Due to having glasses, I thought it's not possible. In mid-2016, I started to have foggy vision. After I checked out, the doctor said I have cataract in both my eyes. Wow! I really never expected this. I felt like taking a trip to the moon, jumping up and down. I'm filled with excitement. But the unexpected turns out into my reality. The cold, hard truth. I need to step into divorce. My mom said her final goodbye, and my family broke apart. I stepped into a solitude journey. This is the best journey I ever experienced. It was super challenging. My achievement, the award-winning author from Housewife to Pilot, the beginning.
Comet 504, descend and maintain 3000. 3000, Comet 504.
I'm Keiko Lim. I'm here holding your hands, guiding you every steps to discover your potential, harness that energy, bring it to your reality, and make your dreams come true.
Comet 504, ready speed of 170 per tower space. You get following Boeing 727, 1 o'clock, 6 miles right base, descending on 3500.
Welcome to Tuesday with Keiko. Today, my guest speaker is LaCole Smith. LaCole is a professional author, writing coach, and life coach who started her business based off a passion for sharing her story and empowering others to do the same. She's a mother, a wife, a businesswoman, and most importantly, a genuine person who loves seeing others shine with her. LaCole is a Louisiana native who has a story to tell for anyone ready to listen. Visit LaCole's library to read it and witness the inspiration. Welcome, LaCole Smith.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing well. Thank you
That's
for having
good.
me.
You're welcome. LaCole Smith, share with the audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is LaCole Smith, and like you said, I'm a mother. I have 4 beautiful daughters. I have 6 grandchildren, and only one
Wow.
granddaughter though. The rest of them are boys. So, I'm an author. I wrote my first book in 2022, and I'm an author coach. I help other people write and tell their story so that they can get that information out there. I'm a motivational speaker. I love to help others be inspired, share their light, and make sure that their story gets told so that they can help someone else on the journey that they're on.
That's so amazing. And how you cope with the journey of transformation in your life as a motivational speaker?
Um, Basically, it's staying positive, because you have to stay positive so that you can give inspiring message to others,
Yeah,
and you have to relate to your audience. So basically, it's a mindset shift. You have to kind of make sure that whoever you're talking to, you're directing your energy the right way. Because if you don't, that message can be totally messed up. It can be totally, off key. It might hurt somebody's feelings because you say something that, inappropriate. So it's a big mindset adjustment. As far as the transformation is concerned, you have to basically transform into whoever you're in front of. so that you can relate to them.
Yeah, that is so important.
Yes, it's very important.
Mm. And
Definitely.
how you step into a breakthrough?
Um, the best way I step into a breakthrough is with God by my side. I'm very religious. I know that He's guiding me each step of the way, and I just look at everything positive now. I used to have those negative thoughts, and you always wondering why this happened to you, why that happened to you.
Yeah,
But once you step into your breakthrough and you really adjust to the things that are going on around you, you kind of adjust, but you still have to stay humble. No matter what you achieve or accomplish, you still have to stay humble and make sure that you're not acting like you're better than anyone else because you've had that breakthrough, because you've overcome something and somebody else is still going through it. You're still been on that journey that they're on. So you don't want to make them feel like they're less than you. You want to make them feel like they can do the same thing that you did because you overcame it. You went through it and you survived and you made it. So you want them to feel the same way.
yes, that is so important. We are all the same. We are basically
Definitely.
going through challenges in life, and everybody is not any difference.
Right. Definitely.
And I think it's so important to give love and compassion and kindness to one another. It is really important.
Yes, that's definitely important.
And how you gain clarity of what you love doing?
Um, I think I'm still working on that one, honestly.
Yeah, I guess we are all working in progress.
I'm still working on it. I mean, it's a day by day thing.
Yes,
So I don't know if I ever really get complete clarity of it. I just kind of go through the process and enjoy the ride while I'm going on and then help others as I go.
yeah, it's like a roller coaster, isn't it? At times, you encounter those heartbreaking moments that will brings you down, and at
Yeah,
times you have those happy moments. You know, those small wins that makes you so happy.
exactly, exactly. So it is definitely a roller coaster ride.
It
Um,
is
and you just have to basically take each day one day at a time because you never know what the next day is gonna have in store for you. So
true.
I just kind of go through it day by day.
Yeah, you mentioned you have been through all those challenges. Like one of them is cancer. Share with the audience how you go through that process.
Um, I actually had ovarian cancer the year before. They found it the year before I had my last daughter, which is in 1998. Um, and it was a shock because I had just had kids in 97. I had had my twins, so it wasn't anything there then. Uh, because when you're pregnant, they test you for everything, they check everything. So for them to tell me that I had, the ovarian cancer spots on my ovaries, it was a shocker. It was definitely a kind of a scare, but they said that they can go in, they can remove it. You know, it was at the stage where it could be removed, so that I went in. It was an outpatient procedure,
Mm.
so I went
Oh,
in, they
okay.
removed it, and I was able to go home the same day. I just had to be on bed rest for like 3 days, and she didn't really say bed rest. She just said kind of go home and relax for 3 days, so that in case if it was any bleeding or anything, they didn't want me to be actively moving,
Mm.
so that everything can kind of heal because they say your body automatically heals.
Yeah.
wounds and stuff like that. So I've been going to the doctor every 6 months to get checked, and so far that hasn't came back. So I'm grateful for that. Um, each time I go, it's nervousness in you because you don't know if you're gonna say, okay, I see spots again or whatever. So I'm glad so far God has allowed me to not have to deal with that part of life again.
It is a huge challenge to go through that process. And how you gain clarity of what you love doing?
Well, I kind of put it in perspective. Um,
Mm.
each win I kind of categorize it differently because each win is different. So what I do is when I accomplish something that was on my goal list, I celebrate that. Um, and even if I don't make it in that time zone that I want to make it in, I just add it back on my list. I don't take it off my list. I still challenge myself to accomplish that goal. So, um, winning is very important to me because I like to be able to tell my clients that it's doable. So I keep pressing to make sure that I'm winning because I definitely don't want to tell them, oh, some things you're gonna do and some things you're not gonna do. But you just have to keep pushing and
Yes.
categorize each win. You have to definitely make sure that you're staying focused. That's one of the biggest things. And don't let that win distract you from your next goal. You have to
Mm.
keep going and keep pushing, celebrate it and then go on to your next thing to be able to accomplish that. Don't get distracted.
Yeah, it's like going up the ladder. We have to keep going up.
Yes, definitely. And
Yeah.
sometimes you might slide down a little bit or you
True.
might fall down, but get back up, dust yourself off and keep pushing and keep going because you definitely have to stay focused and positive.
Yeah, staying focused can be hard if we are hit by a challenge. Like recently, I was hit by the challenge of my cat passing,
Yeah.
and she was diagnosed with high blood pressure when we brought her to the hospital. That really shocked me. Yeah,
Silent killer.
and it is a silent killer. And I thought, she came back from the hospital. I was happy that she's able to come back, but then I never knew that, just 3 days,
Oh,
she said her final goodbye. That really hit me hard.
yeah. Especially you
Yeah,
wasn't expecting anything. It was, caught you off guard. And that's a real
that's
short
right.
period of time. That's a real short period of time. So,
When she passed away, that was really hard to digest because it's like everything went into the vacuum 1 second, and that 1 second is so challenging to digest everything because she was like 14 year plus, and that 14 year plus just gone.
yeah,
And
definitely.
it's hard to believe that she's gone already.
Yeah. Definitely a challenge. It's definitely, um, because that's your baby, At the end of the day,
Yes,
that's your baby, So you lost your
yes,
baby. Yeah.
yeah. And I have no idea why I connected to this cat in a special way. It is challenging that once she's gone, the whole house so quiet.
Oh,
Yeah, really, I miss her so much. And the day that we are able to collect her ash, in the morning, I saw a feather right next to the grass because each time she would like to go to the backyard and have some chew on the grass, and right at the spot. Every time she stood there, and there's a tiny feather there. So after seeing the feather, yeah, I felt comfort that she's okay now.
Yeah.
And I mean, I basically can't see her spirit coming back home. Yeah, it's only that I'm able to feel her, but I'm not sure. Perhaps
Yeah.
she's home with us, but it's just like, yeah, I can't touch her. I can't feel her. I can't hear
Yeah.
her. That is makes me miss her so much.
Yes, definitely.
Just nice on that day when I saw the feather, the vet called to say that we can pick up her ash. I was thinking perhaps she's home, kind of like giving me that message to tell me that yeah, today she's coming home. That's why we received the message from the vet asking us to go and collect her ash. Somehow life, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. It's gonna
And
be challenges, and um we have to embrace the challenges. You know, you still have to have time to grieve because that was your baby and she's been with you so long till that's what you know. You know when she's moving, you know how she's moving.
yes,
So you definitely have to make an adjustment. But in
yeah,
that adjustment you still have to grieve because that was your baby. That she's
yeah,
been with
it
you so
is.
long, and you know she was your heart. So you still have to make sure that you're processing it just like she was, an actual baby because she was. Because our
Yeah,
pets are so dear to us, um,
true.
and a lot of times because I lost both of my dogs, so that was a process, and one of them was 15 years old, which was way beyond what an
Yeah,
average dog usually lives. So
yeah.
it's an emotional thing because it's just like having your children around. They grow up with your kids, and you see them interact with other people and the grandkids, and it's a
Mm,
joy. And then next they're gone, and you have to fill that void. So
yeah,
you
it
know,
is.
I think I dove into work with mine. So um,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it
I know
is.
when I lost my mom, I went into depression when my mom passed. I really got depressed because she was my best friend. And,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just have to
Yeah, same
process.
here. Same here.
Mhm,
My mom passed away in June 2021, and
mhm.
during the Corona period, where I have to arrange to fly to Singapore to attend her funeral, and I had to be in quarantine. And I'm glad that I'm able to attend the funeral.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, is
Yeah, that
it
was a
is
hard time in life. That was very hard.
yeah, it is it is hard to digest. I mean, it's like when my mom passed away, that really hit me hard. I started meditation in 2016, and when my mom passed away, for quite a long time, I couldn't sit and meditate because
Yeah,
when I sit still, of course, the memory of her will be in my mind, and it's so hard for me to sit and meditate.
definitely.
Yeah, mom, because it's like somehow I'm the only child that lived
Oh,
10,000 kilometers away. And yeah, that's hard because it's like I don't see her often. I'm the last one that get married of the family, and I've stayed with them for so long. And when I look back, yeah, when I was staying with them, I was like, I want to get out of the house. When I live in Netherlands, I miss her so much.
yeah,
And when she passed away, that is even a challenge to digest everything. I understand that we have to embrace her. Embrace. It is
yeah.
not
It's
easy.
it's not- Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not. And I just lost my dad in 2023. So
No,
just to have both of my parents gone is very different.
it is,
You know,
huh?
you can't pick up the phone and call them. You can't
Yeah,
go
yeah, yeah.
see them.
That's right.
So yeah, it's different. It's a heavy load that we have to carry. And
Mm,
even though we know that most of the time we're expected to bury our parents, but it's still hard when you get to that point, because
it
you
is,
are
huh?
connected to them. You've known them your whole life, so it's like that connection and that
Mm,
bond has been taken away from you. So it definitely is a change. You have to adjust your mindset. You have to adjust your life,
yeah,
because the things that you normally do, you can't do.
very
My mom
different,
used to
huh?
call me every morning at 9 o'clock. So when that phone wasn't ringing at 9 o'clock in the morning, it was really really hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard, huh? That question comes to me, how to embrace.
Yes.
It was
How
really hard, huh?
it's definitely a process. I'm still in that grieving process with my dad, but I'm still trying to be positive. I'm still trying to go ahead because I know that's what he would want, but I miss both of them so much, and I think about them each and every day. And no matter how long it's been, it's something that you can't just get over. You can't just say,
True,
oh, you can't just wake up and say, oh, I'm over it, because that's not a process that happens.
true. Worst part is, my mom, both my parents, they stepped into Alzheimer's journey. Of course, as my siblings, they've been through that struggle to find balance, when looking after her. It is a challenge. Not sure whether is it considered the sole contract of me and my mom, in that way. At least it's like when she saw me, she was so happy to see me
Yeah.
because
That's,
everyone showed that frustration in front of her, and it is hard.
yeah.
And that is why, when I saw my mom step into Alzheimer's journey, I tell myself, no, I will do differently in my life.
Yeah.
And that is why in 2016 I was diagnosed with cataract, and I had this dream of flying a plane in my 20.
Hmm.
I know it's going to be challenging. I go for it, irregardless what kind of challenge I'll face. I just know I'll just take one step at a time.
Yeah, that's definitely a challenge that I am not ready to embrace. So,
Yeah. And having to step into that journey when I was attending the funeral, my family broke apart. They knew that, I stepped into divorce with my ex. Yeah, I know it's hard, but then seeing what happened to my parents, I think this hardship that I've been through is worth it. Because in the end, I know health will be the insurance.
hmm, definitely.
I will
Yeah.
have the health. Losing the health, you basically lose the respect from people. You basically have the frustration from people. That is really not nice. When I was put to be an observer of, this scenario, no, it's not nice. When especially your own family
Yeah.
treating you without respect, that is not nice.
Definitely. That's not,
Yeah, it is.
it's amazing
Yeah,
how things change. Mm.
we human, we don't have the patience.
Yeah.
And during that period, I asked myself, what is unconditional love? Unconditional love is really a huge thing.
Yes,
Because
yes,
we believe in God, we pray to God. God loves us unconditionally. Because sometimes we just, go away from God, not listening to God, not wanting to be disciplined, just do what we want. We have limit in the patience.
yes, definitely.
And when we get frustrated, yeah, that is really a hard thing where because when you throw your temper towards another person, especially when my parents they step into Alzheimer's journey, and of course we will definitely get frustrated, and yeah, it's not nice to throw the temper towards them,
Yeah,
because
especially with that because they don't remember, and
exactly,
you have to remember that they're not remembering. So it is frustrating.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's why I tell myself, no, I'm going to change my life. I'm not going to live, the life that, how I live in the past. At least I know when I grow old, my life is exciting.
yeah, yeah. That you accomplished the things that you wanted to do, and even if you
Yes,
didn't complete it, you tried. You know,
yes,
you didn't let anything hold you back. You didn't stop. So that's the
yeah,
most important thing, that you keep going, you keep
yeah.
trying, you keep pushing. Yeah, definitely the
It's a
most important.
journey, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a journey. You know,
There's no destination.
you have some high highs and sometimes you have some low lows, but it's
Yeah,
definitely a journey. It's a roller coaster ride.
true. It is a roller coaster. It's like there's no destination to it. So I can take my own sweet time.
Yeah,
Take one step at a time. Yeah, it,
yeah,
it was hard to, you know, at that moment when my mom said her final goodbye, it felt like, the whole jigsaw puzzle fell on the floor. And I
definitely.
have to pick up one piece by one piece
Hmm.
and fix the image once again.
True. Yeah,
Life is really challenging with all the different stages of challenge.
yeah. And I mean, either it's gonna make you stronger or it's gonna break you. And
Yeah,
you know, we need to try our best to not let it break us. Um, and even if it does break you, at least try to put those pieces back together, like you say, put that jigsaw puzzle back together so that you
yes,
can, continue on, because life will get you, in a low place, and some people
true.
can't come back from it. You know, they
Yeah,
never return from it.
yeah, it is. Like now, I'm put into a homeless situation now.
Oh Lord,
I mean, that was something that I never expected, and and that also opened my eyes to see how the society system is like.
true, definitely.
Because over here in the Netherlands, we like everyone to. It's like a compulsory. Everyone has to have a health insurance.
Mm,
I don't think this system works.
yeah,
When someone can't afford the health insurance, that's it.
mhm,
That means
yeah.
it's like, they are homeless. They have to go and live in the shelter.
Oh
And
wow.
no, that is not the way how
Mm,
we are human. That's not the way how, you know, we are being
mm,
treated.
well, you never know.
It is.
You
We
never
never
know what
know.
people are going through. Yeah, you never know what people are going through.
Yeah. And, I met a lady where she's helping those women, single parents, to find a new home for them. And
Oh,
she told me those single women with a kid, that is their priority.
oh wow.
Yeah. So if a single woman without a kid, that is not their priority. That is hard, huh?
Yeah, that's definitely hard. Definitely
Yeah,
hard. Yeah. That I never knew that it was like that there. You know,
yeah,
because when you read about it, they don't disclose that to you when you listen to
true.
different stories about places. They keep all of the things that they don't like people to know
Mm,
hidden. Yeah.
true.
So
I came from Singapore. I think Singapore system is much better in a way because in Singapore we don't have health insurance. If you want those additional insurance for the coverage of hospitalization fees, all that, you have to buy it differently. I think
okay.
that that way where if I get sick, I go to the doctor, I pay the medical fees. That's it.
Okay.
With this system, it works better rather than you have health insurance, then you can go and see a doctor.
Right.
Health insurance, in a way, is like every month you have to pay,
Yeah,
and end of the year, how many times do I go and see a doctor?
that's
And
true.
I'm paying extra. I'm paying so much extra for the health insurance.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
That's
which
true.
is not giving me any benefit. That really makes me think how the system shape the people over here.
And it's kind of like that here too.
Mm,
They want you to have the health insurance and make sure that you pay it. If you have a job, it comes out of your check. And um, like you say, how many times in a year do you go to the doctor?
exactly.
Now if you go, if you have health issues and you're going a lot, it benefits you. But what
Yeah,
about the ones that don't have to go a lot? What about the ones that go once, twice a year? And some don't even
exactly.
go but that one time for their annual checkup. And once the
Mm,
doctor say they're fine, they don't, you know, some people don't get sick on a regular basis. So, they're not gonna refund you that money back at the end of the year because you only
true.
went to the doctor one time. So
Mm,
the system is made basically to always have us paying into the system. We're always paying into some kind of system, whether it's taxes, health insurance, life insurance. You're always paying
yeah,
into some kind of system. But how much of that money really benefits you? It. I guess
exactly.
it benefits. I guess it benefits the country supposedly as a whole. But how much of that money do you actually use that you put into that system?
True.
Yeah.
And that's why, when this issue happens, I reconsidered everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I want to have business over here? I'll reconsider now. Perhaps I can register my business in America. Perhaps we will get more benefit that way.
It's possible, but you just never know. It's a challenge. It's a challenge either way because you know you might pick up and then build your business here, and it's not as successful as it is there. So you just never know.
Yeah, you just
Just
never
like
know. It's
me
true.
having a business here, I might do better there. You just it's a chance that we have to take. We always have to take chances.
Yes.
You have to
But
step out on faith and just
mm,
believe that whatever is gonna happen is what God wants it to be.
I think I'll go and look for a place that have low tax.
So when
So
you find that place, you let me know so I can come too.
in the Netherlands, it's so high tax. I have one mentor. She told me at least what you earn from your business, you have to put 40% aside for the tax deduction.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, so that's a lot, huh?
Yes, that's a
And
lot.
and now, with all these things happening, I really reconsidered whether I want to have my business here or elsewhere. Because for me, I know Singapore is a low tax. So I can choose to have my business in Singapore, or I can choose to have it in America or
Yeah,
Central America. Perhaps, all these that happen really open up my eyes.
yeah,
Yeah, to see what is available for me.
definitely. Do your research and find out what's gonna be the best solution for you. Cause
Yes.
yeah, 40% is a lot. You know, that's
Yeah,
almost
it
half of
is.
your earnings. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a lot.
it is a lot. For income tax, the maximum is 52%, minimum is 30%. So, yeah, it is a lot now. If,
Yeah,
it depends on how much, I bring in, and will I get the 52% tax?
definitely.
So, yeah, that perhaps it's a blessing that this thing happens right now.
That's true. That's true.
And not after a year I'm in business. So perhaps everything happens for a reason. No?
It does. Everything happens for a reason and a purpose. It does.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
is.
Sometimes you don't know what the reason and the purpose is in that moment,
It
but
is.
definitely, definitely a reason and a purpose behind everything.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us today. Before we wrap up, is there anything you'd like to add or any message you want to leave our audience with?
Um, Definitely want you to stay focused, stay positive, and just know that um, it's always good to put your best foot forward. No matter how hard that journey gets, keep putting one foot in front of the other, and you will definitely be able to make it. You just have to keep trying and don't give up. So that's definitely a message that I give myself every day, and I think that it's a great message for everyone else.
That is really a great message. We appreciate your time and expertise. Where can our audience find you?
Um, on Facebook, you can find me at LaCole Smith. That's my personal page. My business page is AL Publishing and Consulting. And then I have two groups. One is called Motivational Talk Dialogues and Show, and that group I interview authors and entrepreneurs on my show on Thursdays. And I have Storytelling Unleashed. That's for my writers, people that's creative and want to do things, whether it's poetry or whatever it is. I drop resources in that group. We just have fun sometimes with little comments that we do. So those are my two groups. On Instagram, you can find me at A_L_Publishing LLC, and also author underscore LaCole Smith. So definitely can find me there.
Fantastic. We'll be sure to include those links in the YouTube description box. Thank you once again for being with us today. It's been a pleasure. And to our audience, thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this interview, please subscribe, leave us a review, or share it with others who might find it interesting. Until next time, goodbye.
All right, bye bye.